new players and a new team entering the fold for the 22-23 season, stay tuned to hear from your Women's Premiership teams as we preview the opening round of the competition. First up, Championship title defenders Watsonians are on the road to Kartha Queen's Park in round 1 on Saturday. With 6 league wins under their belt last season and a hearty performance in the final, Watsonians will be looking for a 3rd consecutive title. Kartha, on the other hand, will be looking for a significant improvement after last season finishing bottom of the table. We caught up with Kartha Queen's Park captain Jess Fife and Watsonians vice-captain Kayleigh King as they discussed their preparations and opening round. So Kayleigh, it was your debut season last year. You've got another big season ahead. So how are you looking to retain that championship title and how are you feeling coming into the new season?
I think for me, obviously it was exceptional. I thought long and hard about what club I wanted to join, and I'm really happy that I chose Watsonians. It's really a family. Obviously I'm vice captain this season. Briar McNamara, who is our captain, last season was also her first season. So we had lots of fresh faces and lots of new players. To be honest, it felt very surreal. I've only played rugby for about 6 seasons now, and to be a part of a group that worked so hard to get where they were, it was phenomenal, and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
So Jess, last season was what can probably be described as a tale of two halves for Kartha. You had some really tight competitive games, but equally some tough losses. What differences should we expect to see from the team this year?
Last season for us was a real building season, and we knew that going in. We had a new head coach, Richie, who's been incredibly dedicated, brilliant coach. But as well as that, we've had at least half of our kind of starting team, including myself. It was our first season of senior rugby, so it was a big step up, and we kind of knew that going in, that as a team it was going to be a season of growing and kind of getting used to each other as teammates. So this season's going to be building on that, and hopefully a few more wins in the bag. We definitely know we're getting there, and obviously those really tight games were the ones that hurt the most, because it was like we were almost there and then you kind of get stuck in a bit of a rut. So to have the opportunity to still be in the Premiership this year is massive, and we're just going to go out there and hit it hard and show everyone that we deserve a spot here. So
I think overall, to be honest, we're a bit nervous. I think it's hard to come off of such a high and to want to follow it up and to keep the momentum going. Unfortunately, we've lost quite a few players to retirement. Some have moved to Canada, some have moved to Manchester. We've lost quite a lot of our starting players, and it'll be exciting to see what the fresh blood brings to the team. So I think Fran McGee, who was with us last season but was still relatively new and coming back from injury, I think we're going to see a lot more from her. Additionally, there is a new player, a new forward, Molly Pullman. She is in Scotland Futures and she's been training really well. I think she's going to be one to watch.
Yeah, we've been hitting the pre-season really hard. We've actually been fortunate enough to have 2 of our players, Ellie Hancock and Sam Donnelly, who've been running the pre-season for us, which has been fab, and like huge credit to them because a lot of effort goes into it. So we only had maybe a couple of weeks off in June, and we've been at it kind of 3 times a week since then. We knew as a club, not just a team, that fitness was something that we needed to work on. And outside of just the first team, we've obviously got a second team who had a really successful season last year with Stephen as the head coach, and they've gone from strength to strength. So all of us training together has been really lovely as well.
I think losing Freddie Main was really challenging for some of the girls, and he brought the club to new heights, and we were really sad to see him go. I think we were quite nervous to get a coach, as both Stirling and Hillhead were also seeking new head coaches. Bruce has come in and hit the ground running. He is phenomenal. He has such a great attitude and work rate. We've had 3 training sessions with him so far, and again, he's just been phenomenal. He's quite funny. He can handle the banter. We call him Big Bad Bruce. Whether he wanted to be called that or not, it didn't really matter. And I think his focus is really just building on the existing skills that we have and pushing us to push each other and to be more fitness focused. The training sessions so far have been really fast paced and he brings a new dynamic to the club. I think that the league as a whole has changed quite drastically and there is an enormous amount of competition coming into this season. With every single team, and obviously we've added Geary, so there's another team in the mix. I think every team is going to be one to watch. I think when we go into our first match, it's not with much expectation other than getting a feel for the opposition and pushing ourselves with new structure, new faces, new routines. I think everyone is looking forward to it with anticipation and a little bit of nerves. But ultimately, that first game is just going to be about hitting the ground running with our new setup and trying some new things out.
We're just going to go in there and hit the ground running. As I said, it's just about proving that we deserve to be there. Unfortunately, I think we're losing out on a couple of our key players for that first fixture, which we're trying not to be disheartened about. I think we'll be fine. As long as we just go in there and we show them exactly what we've been working towards, then it'll be fine. To be honest, we've not really seen it as any different to any other game. For us, we had a fixture against Watsons which was quite close, and then I think the second or maybe third time we played them, we had a few people out for injuries, and so it was a much bigger discrepancy in the score. But we've always felt going in that it's not a huge mismatch, so we're just excited to go out and have our first game after a little bit of time off.
2021-22 Premiership runners-up Hillhead Jordan Hill will face Stirling County on Sunday in round 1 of the competition. We spoke with the captains Ailsa Luke and Debbie Lee as they look ahead to the encounter.
So Stirling had a good run in the Premiership last season, finishing in 4th place. After a good 18 months out of the game, was that a pleasing result for you and the team?
Yeah, I think obviously we're always aiming for higher, but I think with a lot of new players, like a lot of under-18s coming up in a new squad, and we played really well in some games, and I think came together over the year. But you know, the fourth is good. It gives us somewhere to go next season.
You guys had a really great season and were placed 2nd in the 2021-22 Premiership. How determined are you and the rest of the team to take the title home this season?
Yeah, I don't know, it's hard to say because I don't know what anyone else is going to be like this year. Obviously we'd want to win, but I think we want to be more consistent. But I mean, a win would be great. It's been pretty good actually. We've got a new head coach. He came in at the start of pre-season, so he's kind of turned things around in approaching it a bit differently. So we've been splitting things up into like block specific, like conditioning skills and stuff. So then we'll be looking to put that all together towards the end of pre-season. So it'll be good to see how that actually turns out.
Yeah, I think coming back, we've got she came up last year. And like she won Player of the Season. She's Neve, she's our fullback, and she's one of the best tacklers I think I've ever seen, and especially for her size, like she packs a punch. And then yeah, under 18s coming up, like just so many. We've got like Katie Ainsworth, and who's played Tennent under 18 Scotland, and I think she'll be really great to have.
Yeah, it was obviously really sad to see Aird go because he's been with us for 4 seasons. And he's all I've known since I went to Hills, so it was weird to see him move. And then Stephen that we've brought in now, they're quite similar, they're both quite young, they're both backs, they both play 10, so he kind of brings like the same kind of energy and vibes that Aird had, but he just has a different kind of approach to the game. I also think it's really good for the girls to have to almost like prove themselves again, because like Aird knew everybody inside out, whereas Stephen doesn't know anyone. So like everyone's having to properly like show up and show off and show what they can do. So I think that is only going to help us in the long run.
I think it'll be close again. Like I think every game we play against them, it's I think a couple of points either side. But I think it'll be a good game. Like we're very focused in like how we want to play, and it'll be good to try it out against a team like Hills who are very skilled, and we're obviously coming back from winning a cup. But I think we're very positive about playing them, and hopefully we'll win.
So the last 2 times we've played Stirling in the league, we only won by 2 points, both times, home and away. They're so competitive, and yeah, you never know what's going to happen when you play them. So, I mean, I'd like to think we could maybe get more than a 2-point lead, because that's really stressful, but yeah, it'll definitely be competitive.
League newcomers Geary are the first women's team from the northeast of Scotland to play in the Tennent's Premiership. In their opening round, they'll travel to Edinburgh to face Cougars. In the last 2 seasons, Cougars and Cougars have finished in 3rd place, and they'll be looking to go one better this season. We caught up with captain Emma Turner from Cougars and Cougars and Geary captain Nikki Simpson as they look ahead to the clash in round 1.
So Cougars have been a strong and consistent squad in terms of league positioning over the last couple of seasons, finishing 3rd for the last 2 seasons. What do you think the team needs to do to go 1 or 2 better this time round?
Yeah, we've kind of had the 3rd place curse almost. We've almost been like so close so much. So I think it's just consistency, and I think it's just building for us. Like, we came from getting a new squad. We split a couple of years ago and moved to Union Park, and we had new coaching staff and stuff. So it has just been like base, and we're building and building and building. So hopefully we had a really strong season last season, and we only missed out really closely. So hopefully this season will be our season to get through.
So congratulations on making it to the Tennent's Premiership. How excited are you and the team to take the next step and play at the highest end of the game in Scotland?
Yeah, so this has been like a long-term goal, definitely, and just to even, to have made it in has been amazing, and there's just such a buzz around it. Obviously there's some nerves, I think, with a couple of players and stuff, but overall we're just really excited to give it a go.
Oh, it's great to have players that they've come through and they're so exciting, and yeah, they're just going to be a real like injection of energy and things, and be able to show like what they've like learned, because they've got such a good opportunity from learning things in the Scotland Future programme and stuff. So I think they're really good, and they'll fight for positions and stuff like that, so make it more competitive in that sense. So yeah, so Alex Stewart's looking really, really good in the back row and things, so it'll be so exciting to actually see them play a game for us.
Oh yeah, it's, we've waited a long time, putting a lot of hard work to, create this opportunity for women and girls up in the northeast, and, players from down south, if they ever travel up for uni, if they move, they have that opportunity to play at that level, and also for, players that are maybe in the pathway that have been up in the north, we don't have to travel down to down south, to play Prem. So it's just a fantastic opportunity, and I just can't wait to see how we get on.
Yeah, pre-season's going really well. It's kind of creeping up pretty fast. Like, we're only a couple weeks out, so we've got we're playing a pre-season game on the 14th. We're going to Novos in England, so that'll be really good. To see like where we are compared to them, and like not play one of the Scotland teams and stuff. So it's going really well, got lots of new faces, so it's just a case of bringing it all together in time.
It's been good, it's been fun, lots of games, lots of running, have had obviously fitness drills in there, but a lot of our fitness has been through gameplay, and a lot of like technique stuff as well, just to get back into things. So it's been good, it's been fun.
I think your first game of the season is always a bit ropey. You're a bit like, this is the first like competitive one that counts type thing. So I think it'll be really exciting to play a team that we've never played before. Obviously they worked so hard to get here and stuff. So for us, it'll just be a really good base point to see where we are and what we need to do. And yeah, see what they bring, because we're not underestimating them in the slightest. So we'll be ready for it. But it's a good starting point.
Yeah, so we're all really excited to get the first game in. Obviously, like I said, a bit of nerves, but hopefully that'll just pass as we get into it. But really, we just want to, be able to hold our own and show like what we can do, and just get together as a team, gel together as a team. We have had players, move and start families and things like that. So it would just be good to see how we gel all together now with new players and old. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be good, and yeah, I'm sure we'll have a great time.
With the league expanded to host 7 teams, Heriot's Blues have a slightly later start to their campaign as they host Stirling County on Sunday the 4th of September at Golden Acre. We caught up with their co-captain Kirsty McConnell, who looks ahead to the clash.
So last year was your first season in the Premiership League. How did you guys find it?
It was brilliant. I think our results last week in the league were just phenomenal. Like we beat Hills away, we beat Cougars away, and just look at those results and you can't fail to be like, wow, what can we do this year with those 2 games that we've got in the back? So yeah, we're really confident and pre-season's going well. We've got 2 girls that were involved in the Scotland Futures, Poppy and Millie, and they've just sort of come in and really upped the training, and they've taken their attitudes from the Scotland stuff and brought it down to the Heriot's training, and they're awesome girls, and the skills they've got for their age are really pushing the girls in the positions, older girls there, and everyone's working a lot harder, and they're just cool girls to be around, and just made the whole team really up their game a little bit. So that's been exciting. They're the 2 ones I'd watch out for. I think we're going to be pretty solidly prepared. We've been doing some pre-season stuff down at, we're going to Gullen this weekend, up the sand dunes, and we've been down at Portobello. Our pre-season turnout's been brilliant. We've been doing 15 on 15. We're already starting in our attack structure. I don't see any problems with us being absolutely ready to hit the ground running that weekend, so I think it's going to be awesome. Yeah, we're really excited. The last time we played them, we beat them 12-10 away, which is an unheard of scoreline for us. The game was brilliant. We were so tenacious in what we were doing. Players playing out their skin like Kat Syme and guys like that. So it was just a fantastic game, and we hope to recreate that in our opener.
So there we have it, Women's Club Rugby is back with a bang. Join us next week when we review the best of the action from the weekend. See you then.